Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to the IPO review video of Tracxn Technologies. Right, so I'm going to quickly share my screen. This is going to be a very short video stream. Uh, what you have to do if you want to read this blog, we have already uploaded this blog almost 2 days ago, and here we have talked about some key points about the company. Right, so to read the blog, you just have to visit the website rachanaranade.com. Once you're done with that, just hit the blog section. Once you hit the blog section, the very first one is about Tracxn Technologies. And just for your information, we always keep on putting blogs every single day. We talk about some technical analysis. We also talk about some key news which are going around the world. So everything you'll find here on our blog itself. So without any further ado, let's get started. I'm going to talk about Tracxn IPO. So if you want to know quickly about the company, what does the company do? It's an asset-light business model and operates as a SaaS. And what is SaaS? It's a software as a service. So what? So okay, it's a software, but what data does it actually crunch and what data does it actually offer? So they are more like one of the companies which talks about the analysis of private. So basically, they're a data provider and also they give certain analysis of what of private limited companies, of startups. Okay, so how many companies have they scanned till date? So for that, they have very clearly given they have scanned 662 million web domains, profiled over 1.84 million entities across 2003 feeds across various industries. So have they scanned a lot of companies? Yes. Do they have a lot of information about private companies and maybe startups? Answer is yes. In fact, they rank among the top 5 companies in terms of number of companies profiled. Again, we're talking about a volume. How many companies have they scanned? How many companies have they profiled? For that, they are ranking in top 5 companies. All in I hope so. Top 5 companies in terms of number of companies scanned. Now, which are these companies? These could either be private companies, or as I mentioned, in private also they could also be as small as startups. Second thing, if you want to know, not only for startup funding, what else are they going to provide the data for? They can provide data which can be used for deal sourcing, target identification for M&A, due diligence transactions, analysis, new market trend tracking, industry trends. So basically, whatever data the company is providing, it can be used by the analysts for all these purposes, right? Chalo, theek hai, agreed. We have understood what does the company do. What is the industry outlook? So for that, it is given that this industry is expected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 6.16% as compared to 5.6% CAGR. Now the problem is that out of whatever revenue they have generated, majority of the revenue, I've written it somewhere here. Majority of the revenue, कहाँ पे लिखा था मैंने? Risk में लिखा है, okay. So whatever revenue the company has earned, majority of that is coming from outside India. And how much revenue is coming from outside India? If I'm talking about fiscal year 2020, 21, and 22, here the revenue percentage out of the total revenue which is being generated outside India, that is coming to more than 70% for all these 3 years. Now, why is this important? You can imagine that this is a company which runs on a subscription based model. Okay, it's a SaaS. It provides a lot of data, but it runs on a subscription based model. Which Where is the subscription majorly coming from? It is coming from outside India. Now the question is that if India is really doing well right now, are other countries doing well? So unfortunately answer is no. And that is where I was talking about in the industry outlook, that because of the current pandemic situation, of course now the pandemic situation is over is what I can say, no doubt about that. But what started in the pandemic, the base slowdown. I can also talk about overall the geopolitical volatility, what is going on. India is doing good, but other countries are still facing a tough time, right? So with this, there can be a problem for this company to receive subscriptions from abroad or from outside India. So this is one of the risks that, again, ये मेरे मन की बात नहीं है. This risk they have mentioned in their IPO, that majority of the revenue is being generated outside India, and thus, given the global recession fears, this can act as a risk to the company. Okay, this has been mentioned in their RHP itself. One more important risk that they have mentioned is company is facing stiff competition from whom? From other online and offline sources of information, which can give this information for free. So there are numerous websites which I know of also, which give a lot of data about even private companies, about startups as well, and a lot of data point is given, and unfortunately for this company it's given at free of cost. Okay, so if that be so, can that again be a problem for the company? Can that be a risk for the company? Answer is again yes. but still they have been able to do a decent enough top line. Their growth in the top line also has been 16.9% CAGR on a YOY basis, and on a QOQ basis it has been 23.57%. If I'm talking about the bottom line, company was loss making till FY 2022, but it has posted positive results for the 3 months ended June 2022. Again, you can view this point from two angles. Angle number one, kya baat hai? They are now into profit. Is this a turnaround story? Angle number two, this is what similar we had seen in Nika, that it was the first quarter when the company was into profit, but then problem was that after that quarter, after listing, it did not show profits again. Again, it was almost into losses only. So is it too early to get into the train? That is one more point that we need to analyze this as a different angle, right? Acha, what is the company going to do with the money raised? It is 100% OFS, and that is the reason why none of whatever money is being invested in this IPO, not even 1 rupee is going to go to the company. Its normal objective of the issue is benefit of listing, providing liquidity to the existing shareholders, and to provide a public market for the company's equity in India. Okay. Now, all in all, I can say financials not bad category. If I were to talk about the business model again, something nice. I am not, to the best of my knowledge, there is no company listed in India which does this sort of business. So I think this is good. This can enjoy a little bit. I would not use the word premium because that can be taken in a wrong sense. It can get a little bit comfort over the valuation. Because it has no listed peers, right? But then if I were to talk about risks that they have mentioned in their prospectus, they're worth giving it a thought. Also, if I were to check few more points, as I do the live stream right now, subscription is only 0.57. So it has not received a very strong response from the overall investor community. In fact, the GMP also is into a little bit negative. The issue price is 80, but the estimated listing price shows at 79. With all these things, in my understanding, big question, am I going to invest? And for that, without wasting a lot of time, I'm going to tell you I am not going to invest in this company. But I did not want to give my answer as a baseless answer. That was the reason why I thought of giving you some details about what does the company do. I thought about telling you about the finances. I thought of telling you about the industry outlook, the risks, and then we have discussed about whether I'm going to apply or not. So answer is no, I'm not going to apply. I hope you have understood the logic behind that as well, and accordingly you can also do your own analysis and take your final call. Am I going to apply? My answer is no. I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. Today is Wednesday, so please make sure that you join tomorrow's live stream at 9 or 9:30. You'll get a notification, and I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care and bye bye.